Alright, I'm back. Right, what was I doing? Oh, there was lots of stuff I wanted to look up still. I wanted to look up this for sure. Go on. Instead of November Studios, maybe they should have called this place No Mention Studios, because you don't find any information about it anywhere. Nice thought though. Really, there's just nothing? That's mean. I mean, none of these other magazines make any sense, but it is. That would have been useful. Anyway, okay, nothing on that. Then why do I even want this? Musicals during the summer, yes. Thank you message. Cast list, none of them seem relevant, and then it's just, it gets me back to where I came from. Alright, Roottree Motors is one. I wanted to look at that for sure. Find a hit for Roottree Motors on the Jones Graphic and Print website, which you've already seen. You don't find any trace of them on the internet. Local business, sure. There's an ad for Roottree Motors in the paper. It seems Roottree Motors used to be called Wilkins Motors. An ad for Roottree Motors has run in every week's Butler County Times for many years, but recently has been changed to include a picture. Three different unique versions of the ad have been added to your evidence. Nice. Okay. And what was the Wilkins Motors? Come on. Roottree Motors used to be called Wilkins Motors. You don't feel that the older ads are relevant though why the name would have changed might be. But I can't find anything about it. Okay, whatever. Let's look at this new stuff. Roottree Motors ad that ran from 1974 to 1977. Wilkins Motors is now Roottree Motors. We may have a new name, but we promise we're still the same family business. All that's different is we've joined a sweeter family. Funny noises, need new oil? Come on down, we'll fix her up. Call the fixers at 555 fix her up. Right off I-72, take exit 23. At the creek? The shores? No. I don't know. The chore at the creek? I don't know what that says. Roottree Motors, your local family mechanics servicing the entire Pittsburgh area. Funny noise? Need new oil? Come on down, we'll fix her up. Yes. Roottree Motors, your local family mechanic for 50 years. Funny noise? Need new oil? Come on down, we'll fix her up. Very nice. Roottree Motors presently running, first appeared in 1996. As Roottree Motors has been around for 50 years as a family business, and also that Tessa Roottree, the newest fixer, learned all there is to know about cars from her Roottree Motors parents. Tessa Roottree, our newest fixer, learned all there is to know about cars from her Roottree Motors parents. Okay. That makes sense. That's useful. Nothing else is really useful here, I feel like. Unless maybe the fact that if you are, I don't know why I'm in the wrong generation there always, but then you would be Catherine Wilkins and you married a mechanic. And then your child is Tessa Roottree, who's also a mechanic. It would make some sense anyway. That seems good. Does seem good. Anyway. The game is getting sassy with the searches, it's true. Well, thank you. I wanted to write, you know, I was like thinking about it. while gone. Fixer, I hardly know her. The shops at the creek. Maybe. Would make sense. It's not interesting though, but it would make sense. Do you have any? We have no spare pictures now. So still need to find more of you somehow. Anyway. Do I know anything about you? No, I don't, right? I mean, like, we could just guess housewife again, but like, that doesn't seem right. But yeah, you're running the dance thing. That makes sense. You're a dancer. Very good. Booyah, indeed. How do I find your name? And you're definitely not a housewife. And this guy's also not an artist. He's just pretending to be. Yes, that's what I felt was the case. But it could have been his actual job too. It's true. Okay, we're so close though. Ernie is lucky to have her. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It's been a long time since any real Roottrie was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. But Gwyneth has the green thumb. So are you like a gardener? That's not a thing. So are you a farmer? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be your job. We can get rid of this one now. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operation should pass to Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. So anyone receive any candy money after and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. Yeah, Mr. Miller and EC are still like definitely also missing here, and that's maybe where like this goes, because that's where Sam grew up. Right, Clancy Jr. Okay. So this also still has one thing. Remarry, was son, Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage, yes. Eli C stepped up and helped, more than I can say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C practically raised Clark and Jim's brothers. Marrying Chain and keep her from running out of the band. I don't know. Ah man, I don't know. And none of these have anything left. No, okay. How is there still like something in this? I don't know. Oh, we never looked for this? We never looked for this. That's crazy. Teen Blast. I don't know what we look for in here though. Magazine aimed at teenage girls. The website has a new section that offers condolences for the loss of the Roottrie sisters. Their fashion line was often covered by our magazine, and Raina Roottree first appeared on the cover on her 16th birthday. That was like too early. I think that we saw that, and then we never looked at it again. I don't know what we look for in this magazine though. Team Blast has played host to many Roottree advertisements over the years for many of their products, including 5 pieces. They flood the results. One of them was already in your evidence, yes. What would be in this one though? What could we look for in the Teenage Girl magazine? November Studios maybe? Like the dance thing? No. November Roottree? No. I mean, maybe just the... Raina was on the cover of the Teen Blast when she was 16 and did an interview at the cover and article to your evidence. Okay. TMS, what he's up to. What's he up to? Team Blast can tell you. Team Blast. Brother Dropper cancelled. Also, how to know if he's interested. And win a trip to the set of a new movie. Just like any movie. Raina Sweet 16. The candy girl gets serious about her inspirations and aspirations. What do you think about the manicure? Manicure? Maybe they covered beef, maybe we should look into that for sure. Cute Skittle Man, yeah, I like it too. Like, you know, very colorful. Raina is one of the Roottree sisters, one of the ones who died. There's an article about Raina Roottree from 1994. The issue also mentions TMS and Brother Trobber. In an interview, Raina talks about her inspirations. One important thing I learned from an early age is that dreams are not outside of our grasp. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. He always told me there was something about a professor at some, like, yeah, but now we have it here. He always told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. Instead, he told me I should go out and use my name to accomplish something. I think he may have practiced that lecture a lot because I have other people in my family that have also made the Roottree name famous for things besides candy. His older sister even wrote a book that some of my friends tell me they had to read in Scour. I took his advice and now I work with my mom designing clothing. I help decide what colors and patterns I want to model, then she designs the clothes with a team of amazing men and women. Although my grandpa passed away earlier this year, Grandma Laura tells me... That's not what I meant to do. Go back. I meant to highlight that. Tells me he was really proud of what we've managed to accomplish. Okay. Okay, so first, Raina has another picture. You're a professor, and the name was Laura. Amazing. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's not a good, that's not a good search. Not what I meant to do. What were the other sisters' names? They're not gonna be in there, are they? Riley and it wasn't Carly. It wasn't the yeah. Was it like this? Roottrees does appear in many ads for both candy and root cloves in Team Pass. The search engine isn't the best, and so your results are flooded with page after page of nearly identical advertisements. Some ads specifically mention that Reyna appeared once on the cover of Team Blast. Riley and Rose, on the other hand, seem to be mentioned by name less than their older sister. Right, it was Rose. That makes sense. Lots of advertisements for root cloves. Some of them mention Branda, but more often than not, others are mentioned. You find a small bit of an ad from many years back that says, "Be sure to look for our upcoming article about Reyna's inspiration for root clothing." Yeah. I mean, that's progress, you know. Is it like this? Keep forgetting. Yeah. I want this. What else could be in here? More probably, maybe, yeah. Tommy Mark Sheridan appeared on the cover of Team Blast a record 38 times, including 3 back-to-back months during the height of Brother Trouble. And even if he wasn't on the cover, he was still mentioned quite often. You read every word of every article, and beside the fact that he was married to Reyna, only one thing seems relevant. A gossip section from 1996, about 8 months before their marriage, is called "Is TMS Dating a Rootree?" It says, at a recent autograph signing, TMS told a Team Blast reporter that he met a girl at a party in Malibu. Apparently, the cast of Brother Trouble gets together at Penelope's house once a year, and this time TMS found love. The mega hottie had this to say: "She's incredible. She came to the party to meet me specifically, and I'm glad she did. She said she had a crush on me when she was younger. I told her I have a crush on her from her posters now." When a Team Blast reporter asked who the lucky girl was, TMS refused to spill, but we did some digging. One of the creators of Brother Trouble, Ron, married Penelope, who played TMS's mom on the show, and get this, Ron is a distant relative of the Roottree sisters. Yes. Alright, can we get, what's her name? Penelope something something, double name? Where is he? Tessa Green? This is what we're missing. Penelope Tessa Green is mentioned in a few articles about Brother Trouble, who shows stars TMS and DZP played her sons on television. Penelope's character was not really who teenage girls cared about. As a result, there's very little gossip surrounding her. That's a shame. What about DCB? DCP was TMS's co-star on Brother Trouble. Their mother was played by Penelope Tessa Green. Dustin Christopher Baker was in quite a few Team Blast gossip columns, but it's not related to Roottrees as far as you can tell. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Do we have any more on Chris Rafferty? Not really, right? Like that, it's already... I can't even look for him like this. I have to look for the email address. Come on. Where is it now? What? Did I mistype it? Did I like just spell it wrong? I don't know, whatever. Davey, Bethany, we're done with that, right? Yeah, there's nothing else here. I don't know what we were looking for to find his job then. And we could look for him in the... I don't know. Oh, these make sense. Nah. We did unscramble the cousins, yes. And we put their pictures up already. This is Davy, this is Bethany, and then the third one was Stephanie. They're all locked in, they're all done. What even do I have left? 1, 2, 3, and the baby's 4? God. Yeah, we just have the 4 blood relatives left. I have no idea where to get the baby's name. I mean, it's a Roottree name, so what do we have left? It's Christina. I guess it has to be that, and it's the only one left. Sure, that we could have just done that, I guess, yes. And then I feel good about occupation baby for Christina. Professor is definitely right. We don't know Chris's job. We don't know Gwyneth's job, though. We know she's got the green thumb of her mom and adopted whatever I said. But it doesn't mean... It might mean, like, if he became the president, maybe she took over the farm. Does it make some sense to me? Like, we don't know that that's wrong. This is right, this is right. We don't know those 2 spouses either. But there are not that many names left, I guess. There's an April Quaritch and a Joan Monroe and a Helen Lennon. One goes here, one goes here, one goes here. He could still be a student. Actually, that makes the most sense because he's not... The website copyright was like 97, yeah. Anyway. Okay, so now we just have the spouses left. Booyah. Top secret.
To my genealogy genie.
That's me.
If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
Not ready. Okay, so the spouse. You know how many pictures left? Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I would put that one here. That's you. Does it? Like, where's you? Where are you, though? I guess that's not you. And that's not you. But I don't know who's who then. This could be you, actually. I don't know. I don't know how we get the last of these like sorted here. Lennon, Helen, Joan Monroe, April Quaritch. We could... Because of November, maybe she's April. Maybe not, though. And those who hatched from the same picture, maybe, yeah. It's very possible. But the only thing that has anything left is this, which is crazy. What did we not, like, follow up on? Like if we guess that you're April. I mean, with Tessa here. But there's nothing that's like close to that in any way. Interesting. Have you looked for Carl Roottree everywhere? We must have, right? I'm sure we looked at that though. Did we just look for Watchman of the Year, not for his name? And that's why we never got the extra picture? That's crazy. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and the photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is the magazine for and about corporate leaders and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottree Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. Period. There's a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother looking for a creative outlet. She spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin Jim Roottree, a notable singer who had a young daughter around the same age as Raina. Word spread. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Roottree at the time, that would have been so good early, spearheaded Root, period. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed the tune. They repaid his investment, and now Root, period, exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gambler and the ensuing payoff. Right. Well, that's you then. What have name? Joan Monroe, Helen Lennon. I don't remember any of these names anywhere. And according to my intuition, the only thing that has anything left is this still. I don't know where we would look though. I mean, Miracle is not going to be in Team Blast, is he? Ah, come on. I'm getting at the end to add the junior in, just in case it needs it, but it doesn't let me do that. And then like, okay, like if it's just, have you done just Junior? Maybe you haven't done that. Because he goes just by that, right? No. There's gotta be something we can do with that though. It's just this again. His wife's Edith's sister in disguise. As you can look up Edith now. Wait. Edith Jacobson. You find a link that seems to be a partial and corrupted list of archived articles from the Butler County Times. Articles cut off, but it mentions Edith Jacobson and the rest. Okay. There's a crime blotter article about Edith Jacobson that also mentions Helen Roottree and Lucinda Jacobson. In 1971, when she was 18, Edith and her sister Lucinda were arrested for trespassing at the Miracle Congregation's church in Butler County. They were pretending to be church employees in an attempt to get into the room where the church houses their weekly tithings? I don't know. The church didn't press charges. They were caught by Helen Roottree, who was there at the time while her husband Miracle was away preaching. Helen Roottree was quoted as saying, "Jesus forgives, and so do we. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and I'm confident He has brought these young women to us for a greater purpose." Weird. So this is Helen Lennon. It's good to know. And then, I mean, there's one name left, I guess. But this could be flipped. I don't think there's gonna be anything. What's the other name again? April Quaritch. Some weird spelled name, anyway. Nothing. No. Yeah, I mean, there's like a weak link there, but I don't know. It's just like April, November. Okay, so who is EC? Well, EC comes up in one of these. EC and John. And then it comes up again in the other one, right? In the Elias hid her away with a local farmer known as EC. And there's like another one mentioning it, right? Yeah, Pop wanders away from that farm for years and never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. So Mr. Miller is the other farmhand. And there was a first name there. John. That's my guess. And then I don't know who EC is though. I like another picture of you too. I don't know. You're somehow like a related person, I'm guessing. And then E makes me think another Elias maybe, but I don't know. A few more quotes from Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottree Legacy by Best Williams. If you look at that. No book about the Rise Roottree. There's no downloadable version available because the book is impossible to find these days. I think we did, yeah. And then if you look for the first Anderson made from marrying Elias Gwyneth Roottree was Gwyneth Anderson. She had no brothers, so as the older sister she was to inherit Anderson Maple Farm as long as she married. Do you look for this ever? It's the same thing. I don't know. I want to figure this out though. So you're all locked in. Yeah. No, that's not where I wanted to go. Do we have any like missing? But like I don't know. You're all like accounted for and locked in, right? Right. On this one, we're missing. Yeah, we're missing these two. We flipped those two now. That makes sense. They are there. They are there. Yep. Yep. That's not locked in, but we put it there, yeah. You're locked in. The 5 pieces are locked in. These are locked in for sure. These two and these two are the same. I'm just checking if I don't have like another photo that didn't like click. So there's still something about one of the notable Roottrees. But I don't know what. And this was just a red herring. It was the only one though. As a sensationalist headline from 1932, Red Roottree Rally Racket revealed. The article mentions a man named Aloysius Herring Roottree who was running for office in North Carolina. At a campaign event, he claimed to be related to the Rootrees and promised free 5 pieces on election day to all who proved they voted. If you list on a day, it came out that his last name was a coincidence, and they had no such power to offer free candy. That's a shame. I don't know. So, but that's the only thing where I have some intuition is here. Who could be used for still? I mean, it might just be about like this. Because we can get through Miracle Jr. to Edith Jacobson to Helen Lennon. And then, okay, no, this is Edward Clancy. Does that make sense? The wrong letter that like Lauren mentions where they got the name backwards. Clancy Edward. That's the male. But they definitely don't have a picture of that guy, right? He's not going to be in Modern Music or Silver Screen or Starlet, and definitely not in Team Blast. But that's my guess. This is Edward Clancy Roottree, who was in a relationship with John Miller, and that's why they were kind of banished to be farmhands in order not to disgrace the family or whatever. And they adopted Samantha. So even though I don't know. E.C? I don't think I ever did E.C. But I don't know where we would find anything. Because it's like, where would there be a record of that? I don't know. I wonder if there's like any way we can get Candy's song still. That's the one thing I'm not quite willing to give up on yet. I really want to listen to the floozies. If there were people in the background, I don't know. Not really, I think. Like there are no farmhands in the background of this. Like the 5 pieces picture is this one. I mean, this guy. Okay, we can click him. So that makes sense. Are we ready? I don't know. I want the song. Is there any way? If there's a way to get the song, I need to get it. Please. Why? I'm mad. Anyway. Alright, I guess we lock that in now. Maybe? Yeah, we did a lot of optional stuff still. One optional entry left. Which one?
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree, and his partner was John Miller?
Yes.
That's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree. Yep, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago.
You look almost the same. I mean, she actually does look the same. A little older, yes. But like 40 years? I don't know.
My book tells the truth about Elias, the 5 pieces, and my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers, Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller. By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser.
Incredible guesser. I just randomly guessed 2 names for people that like don't show up anywhere else. That's how I did it.
Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning.
Yes.
My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man. But his identical twin Clancy
twins.
and his father, Elias, were not. At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable.
Yes.
The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both.
I mean, how does that fix the gay son, though? Like, the bastard granddaughter is just, like, gone. That fixes that. But, like, I don't know how that fixes both. I don't know.
They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word.
Oh, yeah, we did have that,
He
too.
became EC.
Yeah. So we had 5, and then we had 4, and we added Miracle as a 5th.
We were sent to the farm, and the 5 pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family.
Yes.
But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary.
Oh, that's you. Okay. I forgot about that again. Like, I did think about it earlier today, but like not since we read it again. Anyway, I thought it was like another bastard, you know.
Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard.
Right, because I didn't know there was a twin. That's why that didn't make sense. I thought like that Lauren's dad had another like child out of wedlock. Because otherwise that wouldn't have made sense. But if her like adoptive father is like the twin of, then that makes sense to confuse them because they're twins. Anyway, we could have guessed that because like twins also is like that runs in the family, and there were other twins, I guess. So we could have made the twin connection too.
And while the 5 pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the farmhands and like the workers in the factory, you know, definitely not the
It's a
5
fluke
pieces.
there's a picture of my father at all. But there he is in the background. The 6th 5-piece.
I want to look at this face and the other face to see if they're twins, just with a beard.
Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom from a life she deemed unworthy.
I never saw that. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate and were sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin, an outcast forced to a life of labor under a wicked ruler? If we could have seen, like, if I could have read that, I would have made the twin connection for sure. I never heard of steamy correspondence by Tina Angelina, though. Historical letters. Could we have found that? I wonder how.
Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 pieces.
Yeah, rightfully so.
My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kinda.
His fears weren't unfounded. Yeah. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president.
Yes.
But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy. A real Roottree. He nearly ruined the company.
That he did, with the caviar flavor.
When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions.
Man.
Ernie earned about $36.
Well, like total? That's not enough. Like, he didn't even have, like, a salary? Though he's locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces, right? But like 1 pack of 5 pieces is $36? Or how is it locked to that? I don't get it. He was in a position for more than 1 year. I guess, yeah, it was for 13 years or something, it said. I always thought, like when I read this, the yearly salary of Rootree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. I thought it was like locked to it, and like it's like 150 times the price, and it's locked to the price in that sense, right? I didn't read it as 1 for 1. To me, it was like you get, like, you know, 100 times the price of the 5 piece as your, like, that's the way I read it anyway. But then why did he even do the job, you know? Like, you can't live on $36 for like a few years. Anyway.
They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point. Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry.
Television screenwriter Robbie Roottree was allegedly quietly tried and convicted under the name Robert Roottree in the French court of law. Yes. Allegedly embezzled from his company. Yes. Yes, we read that.
Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
Rin divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second, yes. I mean, we did read this too. I forgot about that, yes. R attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, yes.
That sounded familiar. The Clancid Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future.
Yes, we read that too.
His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart.
Mm-hmm. It was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Roottree without completely dissolving the trust.
My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as.
Yes.
And that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the trust, as anyone else.
Yeah.
The Clancid Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money.
Then give me the money.
The truth has been eating away at me for years. But now, I can set the record straight. Thanks to you.
Yes, nice. I think born out of wedlock, you assume that the parents never marry, not that they divorced before the kid is born. Yeah, it seems weird. It definitely seems weird that way.
As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has.
Yes.
Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future. So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light.
I don't know. I was trying to reference the baseball chocolate bar, the what was it, Better Up bar, but I couldn't. I can't come up with anything that works well because it's another baseball reference, but I couldn't tie it together. So I'm just giving you the pieces, and you can like make your own joke.
And when it does, my share of the Clancid Trust is yours.
Actually, I'm getting the money.
Like I said at the beginning, set for life.
She's actually giving me the money, just like I asked.
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete.
No, I'm missing one, it said.
Unless a whole lot more root trees somehow appear from thin air. This is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Thanks, bye. Thanks to your hard work, Sam Matson's book was published. It received mixed reviews. Life went on, and a new president took over the company. The Roottree family faded from the news cycle. And then everything changed. There's another mystery to solve. Roottree Mania is now unlocked as a new game. I'm a secret Roottree? Anyway. But can I continue the old save? Because it said like I have one optional thing missing. What am I missing? Oh, this. We don't have another picture of this guy. Right, I forgot about that again. But yeah, that's what we're missing. Anyway, so we can't leave it here. I need... Do you ever read this? Maybe not. Most of the archives concerning Carl are not important. The pranker is too recent to appear in these archives. One announces Carl's marriage to Brenda White in 1978. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need Elias, not Carl. But it's interesting anyway. Broke his arm falling down some stairs. Oh, I had the wrong name. I need Elias Roottree. Yeah, Watchman of the Year. We looked for that too, though. Maybe not in here. Okay, there's the picture. Now we're done. We're actually fully done. Was this like St. Patrick's Day? Elias Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and the painting of him appears on the cover. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. 1908, Elias forms the Roottree Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before 5 pieces, the company is barely profitable. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. 4 more follow, leading to Elias invents 5 pieces in 1922. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. 5 pieces are sold in some Pittsburgh markets, brought out to all of New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized. Yeah, we could have, like, there were 5 in 1922, and then, like, the miracle is, like, 14 years after the youngest or whatever, right? I don't know. New recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. The Roottree Candy Company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for the global rollout with the help of his son Elias Roottree Jr.'s architecture firm. That's also really nice to know. Early industrialized factory and warehouses are built in Butler County. Production is tripled and worldwide distribution begins in 36. Source of what's next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottree Candy Company remains a family business. His plans to do it with the clans and trust. So much stuff we could have found, but we didn't. When we looked into Elias, we didn't have the paper stuff. We didn't have Business Watch, I'm pretty sure. And then we never looked, we never really did the thing. Very silly. Anyway. Can't lock that in. Yeah, Beef Baby is missing. For sure. Could have invited her in for tea. That's true, I could have. I would have. I would have just invited her in, period. I wouldn't have let her stand in the open door and monologue like that. I would have been come in, take a seat. Can I offer you something to drink? And then she would have taught me all of that. There's no way I would have just let her stand at the door. Anyway, let's hope they added the additional game to appease the Beef Baby fans. I hope so. I do. But what was the other article though? The frivolous letters or whatever? I don't remember again. I forgot all about it. The name was Tina something. Man, that's tough. I don't remember anyone who was involved with that, so I don't know how to find it. God. Your twin brother, the freak, whatever, I don't know. What was it? So it wasn't... It was... Was it Patricia Christensen? Maybe. Kristen Steel was a steel company in Butler County. On a World War II history page, you find that it contributed to the war effort by creating parts for vehicles, but after that went out of business. Kristen Steel and Patricia Christensen both were mentioned in the book review for Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. This is a book of historical letters with an erotic twist. Each letter is accompanied by context from the book's author. A letter from the book has been added to your pages. Only one? We only get to read one of the erotic letters from whenever? 1934? What do you think about this manicure? Like the French tip? And then, but it's like, I don't know, is it like a... It's a little pinkish there. Fake nails. Anyway, not very historic. You don't think Tina Angelina? Well, maybe this is Tina Angelina's hand and not like the, letters. In 1934, someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who it is clear she had a romantic history with. Patch is thought by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen, the daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Her nickname was Pat, and CH were the first two letters of her last name, and Patricia Christensen was known to appreciate wordplay like this. Patricia, who would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written, was married to an older man of no notable status. Imagine that's your legacy. You're an older man of no notable status. That's how the world is remembering you. That's tough. This letter was most definitely not to him. There are also a few passages after the steamy bits that mention a daughter, leading Tina Angelina to theorize that this letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. The letter ends on a mention of a twisted twin that seems to evoke imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin. Left an outcast, forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative, it's like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on the joyous day, with all of the strength I can muster, I will fight for our child's freedom. Let us pray her favorite has a happy ending. Tina has no theory for what the more cryptic parts of that mean. Okay. Anyway, sorry Red Many would have fit better maybe, yeah. That was an ink smoky like that. You need to heat it up, you know? It's steamy, you know? I guess you've never written, you know, steamy enough stuff to get like the ink to actually steam, so. Anyway. Homophobia strong with these folks? I mean, yes, absolutely. And I mean, you know, 1934. You know, not that it, you know, makes it okay, but like, yeah, like back then, I mean. I mean, you know, like you could probably argue that like he was relatively lucky. So I don't know. Definitely, you know, tough time. And you know, I don't know. 2025 is like different in a lot of ways, but also not so much in some others anyway. But do I have to click this to get this to log in? But I don't wanna go through the thing again. That's a good poster. That was a real peeper. I need to know. And then we get out of here. Is Henry V stuff? Okay, maybe. Right. Great game. I had a lot. This is really fun. I really enjoyed this. It's like really well written. It's funny in ways that aren't like cringy, you know? Like humor in games and humor in like text and stuff, it's like hard sometimes because it's very easy to like, you know, to be cringe, you know? But I feel like there was like enough funny stuff in there without it being like, I don't know, like forced. And I do really like the writing in like all of this. And there's a lot of text in this. And you know, like a lot of like the whole premise is like, you know, it's like weird for sure. Like it's not the most realistic kind of thing, the setup, you know. And then we end up with all the money at the end too. Well, all of it, but like, you know, the one share of it anyway. And the way everything ties up so neatly is also kind of fun. And then there's exactly like one red herring in the first like batch of names, and then everyone else is just like, you know, they're all on the board. No distractions, no more dead ends, really. I don't know. But like it's a game, right? It doesn't have to be. And it would be probably like very annoying and a lot harder if it didn't do that. So anyway, it's a great game. It's a really good game. Really glad I picked it up. Justice for Beat Baby, indeed. See, did I get all the achievements actually? Probably not. Your achievements. 6 of 22. That's crazy. Well, okay, I'm missing the full family tree. There's still more evidence, I guess, because I didn't find it all. That's crazy. There is one audio file. Listen to all musical evidence, and we don't have that, but it might be for the second like part, the Roottree Mania thing. So we'll see. Surely it's beef, baby. It might just be. It might just be.